Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to talk about three different things actually. I'm combining three things that I normally would put in like separate videos. I'm combining all of it in one video just because it makes it way easier to talk about all of it. One of them is the episode title for episode 14. The title is actually really cool, so I want to talk about what that could mean for episode 14. And also we have the synopsis and titles, I guess, for episodes 11 and 12. We already knew what episode 11 was going to be in terms of a title, but we had the synopsis for that episode, and now we just have an actual title and a synopsis for Michonne's final episode. And when looking at it, it seems like Michonne is probably only going to be in one more episode, but we'll talk about that in a second. And also, the opening minutes have been released, so I want to get my thoughts on that, and I want to talk about that scene, because that scene is just, it's chilling. So I guess I should warn you for spoilers for the mid-season premiere in terms of the opening minutes, I guess. I'll leave a link down below to where you can actually watch the opening minutes. Comicbook.com actually posted an article that has it in there, and so yeah, you can go check it out there. If you're new to the channel and you want more Walking Dead content like this, as well as reviews for each episode that air on every Sunday, just make sure to be a subscriber. The Walking Dead is actually going to, starting this Sunday, it will be on for 40 weeks, which is pretty insane. Like, as soon as it starts this Sunday, every Sunday for the rest of the year, besides, I think, Christmas, like once we hit like late November, once the mid-season finale for season 11 is over, we'll then have no Walking Dead content. But from starting this Sunday until the end of November, each Sunday we'll have Walking Dead content. We're going to have the obviously second half of the season airing right away, and that'll take us into like mid-April. The third Walking Dead show begins right there for about 10 weeks, and then we're going to have Fear the Walking Dead likely airing in June. That'll take us until the fall, with The Walking Dead returning in October, right? So yeah, so much to talk about. I might actually cover Fear the Walking Dead this year. Depends on the trailer, but I'm actually really considering it, just because I think it would be a lot of fun to actually talk about The Walking Dead every single week for the rest of the year. I'm always so used to the summers being very quiet, and it would be pretty nuts to actually be able to talk about this every single week. To live in this Walking Dead universe for that long, right? I think it'd be a lot of fun. But let's talk about what I do want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is the look at the flowers. So we found out that episode 14 for season 10 anyways is titled Look at the Flowers. Now, from what it seems like, it's coming from Sky. I'm not exactly sure what Sky is. I'm sure it's some kind of cable provider or something like that. Maybe in Australia or a different country. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure you guys could let me know. But they are saying that The Walking Dead season 10 episode 14 is titled Look at the Flowers. And I do believe it. Whenever stuff like this happens, it always ends up being true, especially with episode titles and synopsises, right? Like, usually when that stuff comes out weeks before or a month before, it always ends up being true, just because, I mean, some people's cable providers have that information way sooner than others, right? And so if this is in fact Look at the Flowers, like that is the title for episode 14, what does that mean? Well, it does tell me one thing. I was thinking that episode 14 was going to be a lot of it was going to be focused on the Commonwealth and Eugene, Ezekiel, and Yumiko's trip to the Commonwealth. But it seems like that's just going to be a subplot, which I guess makes sense too when you think about it. It's been highly rumored, or I guess maybe it's more just theorized by me right now, that Alpha is going to die in episode 13, just because with the way I have it mapped out in my head, it seems like it's probably going to happen. Though Alpha could die in episode 14, right? It's titled Look at the Flowers. Maybe Carol kills Alpha in this episode. I actually don't think it's still going to be that. I feel like it's a little too obvious. I mean, maybe it is, but I think it's a little too obvious. What I think this title means is look at Alpha's head. I feel like it's kind of symbolic for that, because look at the flowers. It means death. When people say look at the flowers, which started because Carol said that to Lizzie like years ago, it's because she was killing Lizzie, right? And so here it says look at the flowers. It's a play on Negan delivering the head to Carol. So it's like, look at the flowers, look at this head I brought you, like it's a bouquet of flowers sort of thing. And so that would mean that Alpha would die in episode 13, which I still think makes sense. So really cool title. I mean, they don't normally title things like that. Like usually when fans are debating on what a title is going to be for a certain episode, everyone always goes with Silence the Whisperers or Whispers into Screams, and they'll go with titles like that because obviously that was from the comic, right? They normally don't do that though. With this, I guess they're referencing their own show, but this is really cool. I mean, I'm really hoping this episode is going to be really good, because episode 14, as you know, that was That's the episode from season 4 titled The Grove, which Look at the Flowers is referencing. So yeah, I can't believe it's been 6 years. Like when this episode airs, it'll be roughly 6 years since The Grove aired. That's so crazy. Time really does fly. Now we also got the synopsis and titles for episode 11 and for episode 12. For episode 11, we already had the title. It was Morning Star, and the synopsis reads, with the Whisperers coming for Hilltop, the communities must decide whether to run or fight. And I'll just jump into episode 12 synopsis right away. The episode's actually titled What We Become. With the synopsis, Michonne takes Virgil back to his island to find his family. In exchange, Virgil offers weapons. So, again, episode 9 and 10, based off early reviews, Michonne's not in either of those episodes. In episode 11, Morning Star, there's no mention of Michonne in the synopsis, which could mean, yeah, she could still be in the episode, she's just not a big part of it. But I just don't think she's going to be in that episode, to be honest, just because episode 12, What We Become, literally the synopsis is just about Michonne. Nothing else to do with any of the Whisperers, nothing. It is just solely on Michonne. So I think what's going to happen here is after the battle at the hilltop, which is Morning Star, that it's going to end where they're just all, I guess, trying to rebuild the hilltop, but they're all really trying to heal. It's the aftermath of the war, and I think that's when Michonne's going to come back. Michonne will come back during that, because I think Michonne, in terms of the Whisperer arc, is done now. I think she's just going to have her send-off episode. She only has one more left. She's not going to see Alpha again, I don't think. She's not going to see any of the Whisperers. Maybe like one. Like she'll just kill one randomly. I don't know. But this does confirm that, yeah, like what I was thinking. Episode 11 is going to be about the Battle of the Hilltop. And so this is just, I mean, the hype for this, the second half of the season is insane, because literally right after the Whisperers attacked Alexandria, because they attacked Alexandria in episode 10, or they're going to, they attacked the hilltop right away. So we're in the war now. Like, this is the Whisperer War. It is happening right now. I just love how vague the synopsis is for Michonne's final episode. Like, it's just Michonne takes Virgil back to his island to find his family. In exchange, Virgil offers weapons. And yeah, that's basically what we knew it was going to be. Now, the title, What We Become, I don't even know what that means. Like, that's what we become. Like, Michonne right now is just in a very normal state of mind. There's just someone who needs help, so she's gonna go and help him. But something apparently happens to where it's the title, What We Become, just really affects Michonne. Like, she gets really angry. She just seemingly transforms so much in that episode. So it's like, what the hell does Virgil do in episode 12? What is this storyline? And obviously, we're all thinking Rick, and I still really think it's Rick, but I mean, besides that, what else can it be? I think it's pretty obvious. Like, just looking back to what we were thinking Rick's final episode was going to be about, it was pretty obvious. All of us kept thinking, well, he has to survive. There's no way they're going to kill him off. Like, they're teasing all this helicopter stuff. There's no way they would just kill him off with a walker bite or something like that. It would just be way too sad. We were all still a little unsure until we watched the episode, and it was like, yeah, okay, that was obvious. When you look back at the last few months, that was pretty obvious. I think with Michonne, we're going to look back and be like, yeah, it was always so obvious. So we have the episode titles now for episode 9 through 14. Episode 9 is Squeeze, 10 is Stalker, 11 is Morning Star, 12 is What We Become, 13 is Walk With Us, and 14 is Look at the Flowers. So yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what episode 15 and 16 is going to be about. I feel like 16 is going to be like New World Order, but then again, that's what fans want, right? And they won't do that. It's going to be something unrelated. But I do want to talk about the opening minutes because this video is getting a little long. And again, I'll leave a link down below to where you can actually check it out. It's just a scene between Alpha and Carol. Actually, Alpha and all the rest of our group in that cave. It seems like the episode starts with all of our characters in the cave. They're trapped. They're all freaking out. And then someone says, hey guys, or something like that. And then Carol looks up and sees Alpha. Alpha is staring at Carol. There's like this big stare off, and then Carol just lets out this really, really chilling scream. I mean, when I heard that, I was just like, whoa, she is ready for war. Like, that was the perfect just battle scream. Like, it kind of made me scared of Carol a little bit, to be honest. Like, hearing her scream like that, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, you really do not want to mess with Carol. I would tell Daryl to be careful around her. I mean, she's really, really pissed off. After what Alpha did to Henry, and then now, you know, them being trapped in a situation where they could die, just that rage and anger she's feeling towards Alpha. I mean, she wants her dead so bad. You know how Daryl gets really reckless sometimes and he actually goes out and he'll just go on this like crazy murder rampage, like all out war. I mean, he was out for Negan and Dwight. He just did not care. I think Carol's going to go through the same thing right now. And I think it's even worse. Well, probably not worse, I guess, because Daryl, you know, he's responsible for Glenn's death. That was a lot on him, right? And then with Carol, I mean, like Henry died. That was her son, basically. And so, yeah, yeah, there's a lot there. I don't think you can really compare it in a situation. It's kind of dumb to compare it. I mean, they both lost people, both went through a lot. They're just really, really angry and pissed. And so, yeah, I think that's why Carol's going to end up doing something really reckless in the mid-season premiere. I'm really wondering what it's going to be. I think I have an idea, but obviously, once we watch the episode, we'll know for sure. And yeah, we'll be able to watch the episode in like 5 days. So far, this season is looking really, really good. Episode 9 is actually looking a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I never thought it was going to be a bad episode. I always thought it was going to be really, really good, but it seems like they're going to focus a lot more on the horror aspect to being in a cave and how terrifying that would be. I really hope they focus on how like claustrophobic it's going to be, because it would be, right? Trying to fit through those small holes. Like, ugh. I think it's going to be a really fun episode. And then 10, obviously, I can't wait for. I mean, every episode I can't wait for. I'm so happy. The Walking Dead's coming back in 5 days. There's going to be so much to talk about, but let me know what you guys are all thinking. What do you think about all the episode titles for, I guess, all the episodes, especially episode 14 titled Look at the Flowers? And also, what do you think about Michonne's final episode? I guess the title for that, What We Become, and the synopsis being Michonne takes Virgil back to his island to find his family. In exchange, Virgil offers weapons, which we know is very, very vague. But what do you think the title means in reference to that? Post all your thoughts down below. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.